down, do a Q&A for you guys, and yeah, have a good time with it. Going to sit down. Still got some other stuff I have to get done. I got a break between all of it. So I thought this is a great time, sit down with my audience. We had a good coffee chat this morning. So, I mean, we can talk about current events going on in the world. Let's get a Q&A, see what everybody's doing. Let me make sure we set this to public. Did we set it to public? Sometimes I'm bad. Yeah, we're good. So we should be getting people in here shortly. Let me get my my little wish list up, right? And yeah. Wow, searching stuff about some powerlifting stuff going on. Okay. But yeah, I mean, really happy with the coffee chat. But I feel like at this point today, I need to be throwing more informatives up. Let's just get some lives and stuff. Lives are really what fuels my channel. They're okay on the Facebook also. I don't get as much. My Facebook stuff has really done well again the last couple of days. So I'm not worried about other stuff there. I'm just going to flow with it. But I'm like, the live streams are really, really what followers seem to enjoy the most, at least on the tubes. This is where the donations are. This is where people jump in, become subscribers. This is where we get the real gritty stuff, because again, I put all this informative stuff up. You guys get shorts, you get my vlogs, we get client vlogs and all that stuff. But again, this is where we get me a little more unfiltered right here, right? We get me unfiltered. So let's do some more of that. And again, once people roll in here and see it's up, they kick off. Afternoon ones kick off real quick, even if I don't even put a topic in. And we get a lot of interesting conversations. So as soon as we get people in, we get the topics going, we get the conversations, we will definitely have some interesting stuff. So I took the day off from training completely, other than I did some band work. I did a few band curls and things. I did all my shoulder stuff. I do feel like I'm starting to make progress there. So the things that I'm finding is really helping so far with the shoulders, right? In addition to just being careful what I do in the gym, I've started doing lightweight loo raises with 5-pound plates. And then I do like some swinging stuff to where I literally do arm swings like this with the 5-pound plates, like circles. And it's starting to loosen everything up. I've noticed in the last day or two, my shoulders, some of that range of motion feels like it's starting to restore. So again, I think there's just some adhesions and other stuff in there from that inflammation, from those old impingements that I got from that previous overuse. So it feels like it's all loosening up, because my long-term goal there, I want to be able to overhead press again. What's the topic of discussion? OP, I didn't have time to plan it. I'm going to have something coming through. I'm waiting on someone to message me. I have something I have to do this afternoon at some point. And I told them, look, I'm going to go live stream because I need to get more content up for the demo live stream. And then from there, I didn't have time to come up with a topic. I've had a lot going on today, but I'm between projects and I'm like, well, let's get in and chat with my people, man. But we'll talk about shoulders. We'll talk about training. We'll let you guys get some stuff. Remember to hit that like button. Appreciate it, old PA Sam. Are you riding an exercise bike? No, the bike is behind me, right? The bike is behind me that I normally ride when I do those things. No, I'm just sitting down, broski. We sitting down doing our thing. I am going to say, though, I want to keep any stuff about my personal life off here. I want to basically take people. I want to starve anyone who's obsessed with me outside of my training. I want them starved for information other than whatever they get from interesting stuff in the live streams. So I'm not going to talk at all, really, from here on personal life. I'm probably going to make a memo. I'm just going to ban people for asking too many personal details. I want to keep my personal life off the internet now. But I'm willing to discuss philosophy. I'm willing to discuss ideas, right? Compassion says, do you think the current president is the Adolf Hitler in America? What a silly statement. What a silly statement. No, I don't think that is anyone like that who wants to exterminate entire groups of human beings, okay? Look, you can dislike the man. You can have problems with the man. I have problems with the man. Right? Let me be clear. Right? No, he is not perfect. Even though, yes, I voted for him, and I'll admit that, I don't like everything about him. There are things I personally dislike about him that I find disfavorable. Okay. Right. So I'm not like some huge fanboy. But to take things to that silly extreme, you're just being ridiculous. But I think it's reasonable to have personal criticisms of the man or his behavior in certain ways. Yeah, absolutely. Right. The world is one big stage. But to take it to that extreme, to compare a politician or political leader, to compare them to Hitler, come on. Right? Come on. I mean, you're being ridiculous at that point. But I mean, you're free to dislike him. I mean, I don't have a problem with that. Like, I'll be clear here, dude. If you want to bash a political leader in my comments, I'm not going to ban you for it. Is that fair? Right? I think that's a reasonable free speech to tell you, you know what, dude, I'm probably going to just let that slide, man. No big deal. Maybe you want to vent, by all means. And I think we all have a right to vent about political leaders and political issues. That is very much part of our culture and freedom. Go ahead. Just keep it within reason. Don't get too crazy in the comments. You get too crazy, it's a little different. But yeah. All right. But I digress. But here's the thing. Old PA Sam says, nobody's perfect, but he's the best president in your life despite his flaws. I mean, yeah, probably maybe true. I don't know. Ronald Reagan got a lot done. Right. So Sean says, Jason, why are you so opposed to those who don't want to squat, bench, and deadlift? I'm not opposed to if a person personally doesn't want to do them, that's their own thing. Okay, let me be clear. Like Sean, if you say you don't want to do them, okay, you're not my client. I don't care. If you start making content for the internet and you're encouraging other people not to do it, it might be time to call you a pussy, right? Like I'm entitled to think that you're a lazy pussy. If a person doesn't want to do them, I'm entitled to laugh and roll my eyes at it. Just like you're entitled to say, I don't want to do them. See how that works? You got it right. No, nobody's forcing you to do the big three. Not a big deal, dude. Really isn't. Right? Yeah. But Scott says you got to squat. That's right, guys. Like, let me be clear. I hate squatting. I still squat. I squat 3 days a week. You guys know that it's the one exercise that I absolutely loathe. Okay? Let me be clear. I do not like to squat. I don't enjoy it. I loathe it. It's not fun to me. I still do it. You know why I do it? Because it is so valuable. Right? Sometimes in order to get all the results that we want, we sometimes got to do some stuff that we don't want to do. I'm feeling good after a good squat. Yeah, but you're talking afterwards. Hey, Scott, it's that feeling when the bar is off your shoulders and racked and you walk away from it feels good, right? You know what I'm saying? That's when I feel good. After it's done, and I don't want to do it though, but I do it. Now, deadlift on the other hand, like Freaky Monkey says, the deadlift is enough. I love deadlifts, right? I got a hard on for deadlifts. Not gonna lie, we all know this. I think everybody knows this. Coach Eno loves him some deadlifts, right? I love deadlifts like a motherfucker. I have longer shorts on, so we can't do the legs so much today. But how the forearms do? What's that? What's going on? Is that a vein? Is that a little extra vein coming out of nowhere? I think for just a second, it disappeared, right? Let's rate them for. Get those likes up, by the way, guys. There's a bunch of y'all commented. Scott, OPA, Freaky Monkey. Sean, hit that like button. Matt, hit that like button. Come on, guys. Get them likes up. And then let's rate the forearms. How are we doing on the vein? We're going to rate the vein today. Cameron says I appreciate it, Cameron. Got to rate the vein. Hit the like already. They don't listen. There you go. They're coming up now. Good. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you for showing. Coach, a little bit of love on them likes, right? Thank you for showing the love on the likes. But we need a vein rate. Let's rate the vein. Coach Eater, right? Coachinator. How about the Coachinator? I think that works. What do we think here? Look at that. Look at that. That thing is getting bigger. What the? Is it getting bigger? What? Hold up. I think that vein is growing. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Is that healthy? I think that vein is getting bigger. It could be the running. I don't know. 20 watching, only 3 live. Well, there's 5 now, but let's get those up. That's okay. We'll let people do what they're going to do. Bad. That says it's bad, it's bad, so this is not good. I don't know. How's the vein on this arm? This one's smaller. It's not quite as big. I don't know, man. I don't know. We are vascular, though. I got cargo shorts on, though, so you guys can't really see the quads. Right. I got them cargo shorts. See? So we can't see all the leg veins with the cargo shorts on. I got shorts on like this. You can't even see the legs. People think I don't train my legs. Only 5 legs. That's right. Banning for no likers. Some people get angry and don't like pressing. Like, I don't know, man. They need to just get over it, though. You know? It's on the left side of the heart, too. Do you have? No, my blood pressure's been normal. Like my blood pressure's in the normal range, so I don't think so. So Sean says, Jason, how do I deal with people who've done me wrong and play victim? Sometimes you got to just cut them people out of your life, dude. Sometimes you got to just cut those people out of your life, right? The abs ain't looking too sharp at this point. I need to get leaner for that to happen. Right? Maybe I need to trim some of the healthy fats out and just do fish oil. Right? Might be the way. I feel like my protein being way up like it is right now will handle what I need for tendons and stuff too. Like the high protons. I've been hitting probably 300 grams of protein in the last few days. How do they have it? Do you have any? No, I don't want to tell stories about people who owed me money. I just want to leave that alone. Leighton says, I don't care if we're strong and look strong, not fat. No. Right. But you don't have to be fat to look strong. You can not have deep abs and still look strong. I mean, look at the thumbnail here. I got my dad bod going there. What's up? What's up? Leighton says, those shorts will get more women at the grocery store than going up to them. I'm telling them calves, man. Dude, I get compliments on. Do you guys see my thread on that on Facebook? That was funny. Right? And you gotta watch that, man. The women be catcalling you. They'll be like, hey, baby, you got a license for those guns? Where you going, baby? Come back here. You don't like redheads? What's up? Right? That's how they are, man. You gotta watch them. Hey, baby, you got some nice calves. Where you going? Come back here. Don't run away, baby. They're like that, dude. You got to, I'm telling you. What's the point of working out if you have some type of, well, I suppose, man. Well, I'm not saying you got to be fat. You have a little ab definition. Are you concerned about every U.S. general ammo being summoned by DOD next week? And no, I don't know what's up with that, man. What do you think's going on? I haven't seen anything about that. I didn't know anything about that. I don't know what the situation is. What are they doing? What are we about to do? Are they about to declare some sort of something's going on? I don't know what it is. Would you like General Mattis? Bro, he was hardcore, right? Right? Dude, General Mattis was hardcore. That was a bad man right there. I'm just saying. Oh, I'm 5'11 and a half, 200 pounds, don't want to cut for actual birthday. Then you don't have to, man. It's no big deal. It's not a big deal if you choose not to. I mean, that's a decent height and weight as long as you're strong. And you healthy. Main thing I would say is your blood work look good. Yeah, you could recomp. I agree with Matt. You could recomp there. You could recomp at those stats. So I would say, how's your blood work look? Jason, was a solution to Israel and Palestine. Man, I don't know. Okay, let me. Um, all I will say on that is you're going to need someone far wiser and far more intelligent than me to figure out the solution to that. Okay. To the situation in Gaza and Palestine, all I can say is we need someone wiser than I am to figure that one out. I do not personally feel that I have the wisdom or the intellect to come up with an appropriate solution for that. It is not within my ability. Is that a fair answer? And that's not a cop out. It really is. It's one of those situations that I think is so complex. I don't have the answer. I personally care, but I try to stay out of that one because of the complexity of it. There's the amount of complexity and nuance and history in the situation is the problem. Makes sense? It's one of those where I'm not comfortable making a public statement due to so many layers to it. What kind of potassium HCl powder do you use for your water? I use potassium citrate. I have some of the new salt too. So I have potassium salts that I cook with, and then I put citrate in my water. Are you planning on buying any more home? No. I need to get rid of some of it, honestly. I feel like I should sell some of it off. I feel I should sell some of it off. Because again, I'm out of garage space anyways. Not that I don't have space in the house, but I don't want to turn the inside of my house into a gym. Yeah. You've trained becoming more humanitarian like the last few years. Probably so, Sean. I do feel in certain ways I've developed more empathy for different people, in different situations. I think I've become better in my 40s, basically. I feel like I have become better at being able to look at two sides of a situation and having compassion for both sides and saying, you know what? Some things are not as clear cut and dry as we would like them to be. Right? There's a lot of situations in the world where we could look at and have compassion for both sides of the coin and go, you know what, man, this isn't, I would like this to be more clear cut and dry, but maybe it's not on a lot of situations. A lot of stuff we can. Right? Yeah. And I mean, that's the thing I could look at in that situation there and look at the complexity of it and go, I can see problems on both ends and I can have compassion for people on both ends. I think I could look at that situation and have compassion for the children and stuff on both sides, I think that's where that gets so complicated is the deaths of children on both ends of the equation, man. Like we can get mad at adults. We can be angry at adults for their beliefs and their actions and their conflicts, but children are innocent. And there's children on both sides dying. Tyrone, just saw you pop them in this feed. No, I chose not to run today. I wanted to take a day off from real training just to take a breather. I had a lot of stuff I had to deal with. So some other people, some fairly emotional stuff. And I still have something I have to deal with this afternoon. I'm waiting on somebody who I need to do something with today to message me. I'm like, I'm just going to stream. If they're going to be a bit, I got time to stream for, I bet you, at least an hour. So let me get in, do a live stream, get some content for everybody, you know. Tony says, how true is it that many things in life, enjoyment, do not necessarily equate value? Man, I think there's truth to that. You know, because are you just putting minor pleasures, Tony? Are we putting minor pleasures over bringing value to our lives? Right? I can say that with some things. I can give you perfect examples. How about a bunch of promiscuous sex? Okay. How about drunken sex outside of relationships? I did my share of that when younger. It was enjoyable at the time. Did it bring any value to my life? Absolutely not. It did not bring any value whatsoever to my life. Like zero. Okay. So, I mean, I think that's a perfect example. So, again, there's a lot of stuff that we could look at and say something might be enjoyable while bringing absolutely no value at all whatsoever to our lives or our existence. Because, are we just going to live for hedonism? Or are we going to look at values in our life of stuff that inspires the higher man? The stronger version of ourselves, the noble version of ourselves, right? Most of those better to disrespect and stay away. Yeah, then argue some things. Are you recomping right now? Yeah, pretty much. I feel like I'm successfully recomping. Slowly chipping away. Mike V says, Jason, is it wrong if I decide to be a woman and use a woman's shower and locker room at a public gym? Yeah, dude. I'm going to say it is. If you just jump up and make that decision. And I'm not even going to get into the whole other argument. We don't even need to get into the gender related argument. We can say, you just decided that one day. Yeah, no, dude. You don't need to get your ass out of there. Right? We're being a pervert. Coach, you're looking bigger the last 7 days. We filling back out. I think it's been extra protein. I'm not sure. I've not added drugs or anything, so that's not an explanation. I do feel like I'm picking it up. I feel like some of the volume work I'm doing is just filling some stuff back out with muscle glycogen. Maybe I've been bumping a little more sodium in, probably fuller. But I take potassium way up when I do that. I'm just going to add a little more soy sauce to my rice. All right. Cameron says, I've been reading through Martin Berkin's lean gain stuff. He recommends essential amino acids pre-workout before fasted training. I don't agree with that. And I'm generally favorable of Martin's work. And I've seen his explanation for that. And I get where he's coming from while still respectfully disagreeing. Mike V. Mike, it sounds like you need some psychiatric help. You just sound like a weirdo, dude. Come on. Yeah, looking good. Does ashwagandha work? I don't think that it does. Yeah, Tyrone, I agree. That's just weird, dude. That's just weird. Honey says, amen. I was picking back off your feeling on squats. Okay, right? The squats don't feel good. They add value to our life. But I think let's come back to another point. I know you're a Christian, Tony. You would agree with me. When I was having drunken sex years ago, when I was drinking heavy with women I was not involved with in a monogamous relationship, it added no value whatsoever to my life. Zero. Nothing but risk. All I did was risk potential STDs. All I did was risk my health. And half the time, I didn't even really remember it very well. What value did I get from this other than just placing myself at risk and putting myself in bad situations? There was no value to my life. And it's not like I can look back at it and say, yeah, that was a lot of fun. I'm like, man, some of this is just kind of fuzzy. You know what I mean? It added nothing of value to my life at all. Not one thing. you know, and a lot of dudes out there, I don't know, man. But it's like, again, you guys haven't done a lot of that. If you go do, you'll realize eventually the same thing. I realized the same thing. Increasing a lift by 2.5 pounds, is that something small considering this topic before? No, I don't think that's small. Bro, you realize that to get to a 500-pound squat, you're going to have to add it a pound. You're going to have to chip away at it. Those 2.5 pounds matter. They absolutely matter. They count. People are calling for a kapow. Mike, how many people have called for a kapow? I've had 3 people call for your kapow. Bro, there's 3 people. 4 regulars have voted for me to kapow you for your silly goofball pervert post. 4 people. I think it's time for you to go talking about slipping into the women's locker room. I'm going to wind up the band hammer. Hold on. Like Mr. Miyagi. Kapow! And he's out. He's out of here. Get rid of this pervert. All right. Wax on, wax off. Danielson. We got to protect the women's coach. Ned, did you know that Mark's Steven? Yeah, I'm aware of that all, but it doesn't matter. Let's leave that nonsense alone. Yeah, but what does that do for life? We're all going to die soon. You know what? That's a very nihilist viewpoint, man. Very nihilist viewpoint. Let's see. Be a strain. Doesn't sound like that stuff with Ted. Okay. All right. Serious question. Would you coach? No. Again, I've never coached him. No, I would not. Yeah, no, he wouldn't be coachable. And I'm not trying to be mean. Let's just be realistic. Thoughts on maxing on the incline? I've done it. I've had clients do. You guys remember I had Doug do a 325 incline bench on camera before. It's a client back in the day. So what do you think I think about it? I think maxing on incline has its place, especially if you want to be really strong at it. I mean, incline, even though it's not one of the big 3, I think the incline is one of those lifts that if you're super strong on it with a big max, I think it's impressive, right? All right. Doug's best ever flat bench as a client was 365. So still 40-pound gap between them. But he was real strong at incline and overhead press. Like we built his bench on those. Like he was really good at those. Like he straight up strict pressed like 205 without us even training the lift. He just walked in and did it on a conjugate max. As someone who rarely even did the exercise. I miss lifting. Well, why don't you miss it? Why don't you lift? Your typing is as hardcore as your training. It can be, right? The stuff I'd be typing. It can be. But I don't think my training is that hardcore, Tony. It's funny because people say that who know me. They're like, dude, even other coaches, and they're like, no, your shit's ridiculous. I'm like, it's not, man. It's just training, right? It's just training, guys. That's all that it is. That's all. It's just working out, man. That's all that it is. And you have to adopt that mindset, right? You guys have to quit telling themselves that this is difficult. Bro, getting up and deadlifting 3 days a week is like brushing your teeth. It's no different. It's just training, guys. The news camp sellout is Reddit. Fat people scared of eating less. Oh, God. Right? All these peptides. Man, I did it the hard way when I started. I lost over 100 pounds the hard way. I literally ran my ass off. Literally. I just started running and eating clean. Not trying to beat a dead horse, but it's sad that Mark has such a big. Yeah, but well, the whole thing is sad, and you already know that. We've discussed that, and it's not even his fault. And I talked to some other people I know online who I know they were making fun of him, and I took them over and sent them some DMs and said, "Hey, dude, you need to understand. You're making fun of someone who is this way as a result of a childhood injury. Like it is literally not his fault." Right? It's not his fault. So think that through when you make fun of the guy for his antics. He got brain damage from an accident. It was completely, he had no control over. You got to have a little bit of compassion. You know what I mean? It's not like some choice this person made in life. Okay. Zizbra says, I broke my bone in my foot. I'm not allowed to lift for at least 3 weeks. What should I do? Why can't you do pull-ups? Why can't you bench press? What do you mean you can't lift? Your foot's in a cast. You can get under the bench press. You can't do pull-ups. You can't bench. All right. Here we go. Ned's got to go. Kapow! Get out of here, Ned. All right. I don't think GLP ones will be good in the long term. I mean, we'll see what happens. Zizbra says, what should I eat to heal my broken bone and my ankle? Lots of protein, lots of calcium. All right. Protein, calcium, vitamin D, magnesium. Those are the things you eat. Foods rich in those things. This is what we do. This is the way. This is the way. Right? Everybody know that. Two kapows already. That's right. I was thinking about like where he's not deserving of the Ziz title. Not a big deal, man. Doing deadlifts with short shorts and strapped and gym safe. What? I don't know about that. You put it in your gym bag, man. Yeah. You don't wear your piece while you're actually lifting, guys. Come on. Have some common sense. Nobody does that. I mean, maybe somebody does that. I don't do that. You just have it where you can get to it. You know? What if someone, well, then you got bigger problems to worry about, Layden. Any recommendations for a new ECD? I think Glock 19 is hard to beat. Ziz wasn't really that hardcore, dude. Ziz was a party guy, to be fair. Let's not change what he was about. I get it. A lot of people were inspired by him, but come on, guys. You know, yes, Ziz wasn't strong. Dude had a good physique, but he used a lot of tread, a lot of clean. admittedly. The G26 not a bad choice if you want a little more deep concealment. Yeah, no disrespect, but yeah. No disrespect at all, man. G19 is what I use. This kind of seems outdated. So you need something smaller, or you just want more capacity, go with the 45 or the 19X if you just want a little more capacity. But if you need smaller, yeah, the 26 is fine. Greek yogurt versus cottage cheese. Greek yogurt tastes way better. Cottage cheese is nasty. All right? It's nasty. Well, Ziz also smoked cigarettes. You guys forget that. Of course, he didn't have the best. He used Tren and smoked cigarettes. Yeah, 26 works. But I mean, here's the thing. The thing with the 26, if you run the 33 round fun sticks, you could drop those in and it changes the whole balance of the system. All right. Coach, you still stand by your prediction for Sam Sulek? I'm not sure. I've not made a super hard prediction on that. It's worrying though. And he didn't use Jeff Nippard's science bait. What? Oh, something concealable, but something my pingy won't hang off of. I just want a full grip. So go with the 45 or the 19X. Hey, Jason, are you still looking up? Yeah, I got multiple slots, dude. Chris, no, seriously, shoot me a message. Go into Messenger, pop me a message. I'll get back with you this weekend, man. Definitely taking clients. Right? Hit a brother up. You know how to reach me on the Facebook. You know how to reach me. Just call me. Yep. Yeah, I agree. Tyrone, what are we agreeing about? Just get the pinky extension. You can do that too. Sam pretty much blast kid for social media's bodybuilding genetics aren't good. That's fair. And none of us are being haters. I mean, plenty of former Olympia competitors have said the same thing. Is there any anabolic care for recovery? Man, I'm not going to advise you on gear for a broken bone right now. Probably not. Given the medical situation and this being a public forum, I'm not going to go there. You don't carry in the shower? No, bro. But I got stuff within reach in the shower. You know what I mean, dude? I got the zombie apocalypse closet right by my shower. You know what I'm saying? Right. My walk-in closet's right there. We good. Oh, about Sam Sulek's health. North America, and what place should lifting be in our lives? Thinking in the context of family, finances, business, where do we place it in order of importance? I mean, here's the other thing. Okay. If you're not strong and have your stuff together, how can you be strong for your family? No, lifting is up there. So I made a post on that the other day, North America. I said, what did I say in a post? I said, a man would do well to focus on faith, family, fitness, and finances. Right? There's your 4 cornerstones. And people are free to disagree. Right? I'm not that big into prepping with, I think that's going a little too far. You think you'd have the same level of weaponry if you weren't an internet celebrity receiving threats? Probably. But it totally justifies it. Like, that's a case of not even up for debate anymore. I agree with those 4 in that order as well. Yeah. Eddie Hall is building a nuclear bunker. Is he really? Interesting. The 3 F's of manhood: fitness, finances, and family. That's the most good coach. Thank you. All right. Hey, Marcinio, I don't care. I don't know who they are. The noble Ned. I don't know who she is. Eddie Hall is a nuclear bunker. Better alternatives: RDL, conventional deadlift. Booyakasha. Yeah, with the Russian news, etc., he's worried. Imagine the prepper food supply Eddie would have to have, right? Right? What's up with that? Eddie'd have to have a lot of food. That'd be some supply, right? I missed the prepper vids coach. I mean, I gave you guys info on it. Those stuff is still up, you know. At a certain point, though, where you got to look at a lot of it and go, man, if you're talking the point of needing prepping stuff, though, you're so screwed anyways. So hope it doesn't come to that. Like if you don't already live pretty far outside of a city, like a true collapse of the grid, bro, you better be able to survive in your home for a month, hunkered down. Right? Suburbs may not be a good place. To be honest, man, I'm in a bad spot for that. Because think suburbs, man, you're going to be overrun with the first wave of people coming out on foot. Hungry people. Desperate people. What would be your advice for a total blackout? Find somewhere to dig in while the body count rises. So a true blackout, everything goes down. You need to find a spot to dig in and hunker down and lay low until 90% of the population is dead. And do not go outside unless you have to, other than cover of night. Unless you're already deep in the woods. There's your best scenario. What you don't want to do is be caught out in the open or be seen with supplies. Anybody know you got food? That's an automatic death sentence. You're straight dead. All right. Always funny to me when fat dudes talk about prepping like they can't even walk well, right? I was worrying they had a blackout recently. Well, you know, I don't really know. Okay, let me set the joke aside. Everything I know about Togi is from my live streams. Let me be clear. So instead of pulling my standard line of I don't know who she is, no, I really don't know who she is. 100% of my knowledge of Togi, every single last thing I know about this person is from the comments in my live stream. I have never heard of this person outside of my live stream, and I've never seen a single piece of content they have ever made. I've never heard them, but as far as I know, they're a fictional character that people in my lives have created. This is my entire reference to them. I have not heard their name anywhere but in my live streams, even once, ever. Make sense? So I don't know that they're actually a real content creator. For all I know, it's something 5 people in my live stream completely fabricated as a joke on me. Like I've never heard of them outside of here. Is that fair? And I'm actually dead serious. I'm 100% like dead serious when I say that. I have literally never heard of them outside of you guys in my streams. I think y'all just made them up, or that someone I just haven't stumbled across them. So, you know, if I'm gonna be just forthright, Toby Blaskier promotes gambling and drugs. You need. Oh, okay, there we go. Any direct shoulder work. I'm doing really high rep loo raises with light plates for mobility. That's all I'm doing right now. For mine, I don't know that I need to spend any time on shoulder work. I guess Eddie Hall would have an advantage with a bunker. Plus, he has a tank too. He got no pew-pews. Well, yeah. I mean, even you can still get pew-pews in a country that doesn't have them. In a true collapse, if you really want them bad enough, you can get them. All you have to do is take down an appropriate military vehicle that has anything in it. You can find a way to take it out and get rid of the people in it. You got all their equipment. Done. In a true zombie apocalypse scenario, there's your supply. Oh, look at that armored convoy. Can we find a way to take it out? Then you have their stuff becomes your stuff. All right. Eddie is preparing for Britain's liberation or tyranny. No, he's real. He gambles life in the internet. Yeah, well, who cares about him then? He's not relevant. Then we don't care about this guy. He has no relevance. So yeah, you guys got to think in those terms of zombie apocalypse. You go to asymmetric warfare. If you need stuff, you go get it. No, I didn't lift today. It was a non-training day. I took the day off from all lifting other than just some shoulder stuff, a little band work. I just did some light shoulder mobility with 5-pound plates. And I just kind of relaxed with it. I'm actually taking the day off completely. But I only lift on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It's usually cardio and other stuff on the other days. But I decided I just needed an off day, you know. I mean, I did some band curls and stuff, you know, get that bicep pump. Coach was relaxing. It hasn't been a relaxing day, actually. Been a lot of not relaxing, but that's okay. That's okay. It's all good. Since curl and shins are back, it's over press going up. I mean, it has to stay on the back burner. Defiant. I don't have a choice. I'm putting a lot of effort into getting my shoulder range of motion restored, which means I'm making it an important priority. But since I literally cannot perform a lockout, it's no choice. I literally can't overhead press, not an acceptable rep. So kind of a waste of time. It's just a standing incline with no lockout. So, you know, until I get that range of motion restored and the shoulders to open up fully, not happening. But I'm hoping and working on stuff and working on mobility and loosening all of it up and opening it up that I'm hoping eventually we'll get there. No, it's still an important goal to me. But, you know, I have to be able to physically do it. Mario says base Blaha. Thank you, Mario. Do you like Jay Cutler training? Not really. No. I could care less. I could care less about Jay Cutler's training, honestly. I mean, to be fair, Jay Cutler is an absolute genetic freak who used tons of drugs. I mean, that's freak genetics to begin with. Look at what the dude looked like younger. Jay Cutler in high school had a better physique than probably 90% of steroid users who are adults. Your bench says you could press 200 easily. My bench is stronger now than when I was strict pressing 225. Pullovers and whatever the opposite would be like laying prone on the bench and raising a plate up to overhead. I mean, yeah, that would be nice. But how do I do it? So if my shoulders will not fully go into that position, it's not really going to happen. It's just going to stop at the incline angle, laying down and doing it. Yep. You ever put on the neck harness anymore? I've stepped away to it. No, I haven't been. Coach would rep that away. He is smart in training, not all genetics. I don't know about that. Maybe. I'm not so sure. You think natural 6 days full body will work? No. My friend will only do, well, I think it's not enough recovery personally. 6-day-a-week full body drug free. It's a lot. Or is he doing some sort of Bulgarian type training? Are you sure he's just not doing Bulgarian light or something? Because you say it's powerlifting. Not that powerlifting. Winning the Mr. Olympia doesn't mean that you're smart about training. Plenty of Olympia guys had some pretty dumb but brutal training. I don't think that that's evidence of it at all. Leighton says he mentions 350 and deadlifts 500, but I don't know. Okay. Those numbers don't necessitate the need for that. All right. What else we got, guys? Let's get some other topics. He is stubborn in the gym training. Well, then, so Leighton, so why worry about it? We don't need to overhead press. Well, we don't need to, but I like it. All right. Looking lean and healthy, Jason. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, Carol. Thank you. We're also on the Facebook. Carol always likes to drop a comment in there too. Any evidence necessary to train strength before doing what? I don't really know what you're asking, Spencer. I think you should train for strength all the time. I think it would be wise. Why wouldn't you want to be strong? Why wouldn't you want to be strong, man? I'd rather do high rep chins and pull-ups than overhead press. Well, okay. But that's your purview. Can you share your views on direct neck training to follow up? No, I think it's useful. I used to do plenty of it. I'm just not doing it right now. I think it can have its place. I think particularly for contact sports. If you're not adding reps or weight, you're training in many cases, yeah. Those things have to go up over time, eventually. I mean, is it necessary to do something like strong lifts before a growth spread? Obviously, growth spread can be for strength. If drug-free guys, you really do want to build a strength base, yes, it would be to your best interest. Even if you want to throw some curls or something in there, you should still do the big barbell lifts with some progression. Yeah, I think it would be very wise to build your base. Most who train for looks end up training for strength after learning, oftentimes. Yep. Keep in mind, most of your naturals who had good physiques were very strong. Coach, what's the main difference between overhead press with a fat bar versus a thin bar? Going to be hand position, distribution across the wrist. Some people find the fat bar easier on their shoulders, right? But as far as a lot of things go, it's not massively different. You're probably going to have a slightly different bar path. Leonard, you didn't ask a question. You went straight to answer my question immediately as your very first post in the stream. You ever had to quit on a training partner? My current gym buddy said, what? Oh, if he's single, just call him out then, dude. Just tell him straight up. Just be frank with him, dude. Bro to bro. Be like, hey, home skillet, you got to work on your hygiene. You're stinking up the gym, and I want to keep training with you. But, can we fix this? And they'd be like, oh, damn, man, I didn't know. Be like, yeah, man, you just got to tell him straight up. You'd be like, hey, dude, you stink. Jason prefer when you start a question with, what are your thoughts, right? Those never go well. What are my thoughts? like we're gonna go off into left field because I'm gonna forget the topic. You start asking me for my thoughts. You didn't just ask a specific question. Oh man, you done messed up. We're gonna get into discussions about whether the universe is a continual universe expanding into a larger one or not with multiple big bangs, or whether it has a start and an end. And we're going to forget completely about what you're asking. You asked for my thoughts. Do you agree most men have terrible hygiene? My gym is overrun with dirty bugs. No, I don't think most men do. I think some dudes who are single, who've never lived with a woman, maybe sometimes because they don't know any better. Sometimes. I don't think it's most dudes, though. Natural versus enhanced. I know PEDs help a lot, but does it really help a lot? Like, would I be amazed how much gains I'm making or not? I mean, depends on how much. It definitely matters. There says, don't pretend you don't see. No, we really don't see your question, dude. You literally started with the other one. I'm probably going to ban you in a minute for lying. So, because I really don't see your question. Like, I'm dead serious. Like, I'm probably about to ban you for like just trolling, right? Because you didn't really ask a question. We're saying don't ban me, then quit lying about asking a question and demanding I answer a question that you didn't actually ask. Your first comment was literally, right? Your first post was answer my question immediately, and then there's no question. Your question might be in the filter, but we don't see it. All right, maybe you should word it differently and give it one more try. Jason, I'm impressed how well you can read these questions. I hate to be a grammar Nazi, but damn, coach has a very high IQ. Right? We just have to flow with it sometimes. Sometimes you just got to flow with it. You got to read it out. And sometimes remember, it don't matter what I say, as long as I say it with inflection, right? Crocker versus Penlay. Penlay gives me back pain. Is Crocker decent? I mean, well, no, you're not working your low back. It's not technically a replacement because it's not working the same muscles. There's no erector involvement with a croc row. It's a good exercise, though. It's like dudes who say is a leg press a replacement for a squat. I'm like, there's no spinal loading. You know, like which is more impressive? Let's say I have a clone and he takes PEDs. I have the same genetics, bench 250 naturally versus enhanced 4. P.S. Here's the problem with your question. You're assuming enhanced is an on-off switch. You're treating it like a pass-fail instead of a spectrum. Right? It's almost like saying, what would happen if I drink alcohol? Well, kind of matters, doesn't it? Are you having one beer a month, or do you drink 6 bottles of Jack Daniels and pass out every night? They both count as drinking alcohol. Just like being on gear. I don't know, dude, do you use 250 tests a week, or do you do 10 grams of test every week, 20 units of growth hormone a day, 300 units of insulin a day, Dianabol, Clen, IGF-1, T3? See where we're going with this? I don't know. What are we talking about? Because those are real examples that real people literally actually do. If you leg press and switch to squat, your whole body will be sore. Yeah. Best public place to meet a woman, but I'm thinking places like the gym, the grocery store. Not the gym. No, not the gym. Social type settings are ideal, really, through your social circles, through mutual hobbies and interests, besides the gym where women are immediately, they have so many dudes hit on them that it's just like a barrier. So guys see that meme and they think it's for no reason. It's like as soon as, like when you see the memes of they're asking a girl, you don't have equipment, I got a man, I got a boyfriend. Do you know why they do that? Do you guys know why they do that? Because the average woman who works out, who is reasonably attractive, has probably been hit on 300 times. She's already had 37 men ask for her number while trying to work out. It's like a nonstop barrage. So dudes are always standing here saying, no, you can't talk to them. You'll be accused of this. Really? So how come all the women I know tell me and complain to me, including clients, former clients, about how many dudes literally will not leave them alone while they're at the gym? They're like, it's like an epidemic. It's like a plague of locusts. Like I can't even work out without 3 dudes coming over, hitting on me and asking me for my number. So that's your actual problem. So the internet's created an opposite of what it really is. Let's say my clone, they took same doses of golden air guys like Arnold. Arnold probably took some hefty doses. Well, yeah, they're going to be a lot bigger, dude. They're going to have 20 pounds more muscle than you, right? So Spencer Jones says he has a dumb question, then he drops a second line. When I become advanced, how hard will it be to find creatine and whey? I don't know, dude. I think gear is absurdly easy to find. If you're talking about their cell tech, easy peasy. Going up to women at Victoria's Secret saying, I'm shopping for my future. What? Yeah, no, dude. You're misleading her. You're already starting off with a lie, dude. That's not a good start. Hey, Spencer. So what I'm not going to do in my live streams on YouTube and Facebook, streaming concurrently. Well, thank you for the compliment, Clara. Assuming you're not even a real woman, it's a new account as a girl. All right. Abdul, let's just be honest here, dude. I'm not interested, man. But for $20, I'll send you a foot picture. All right. All right. Respectfully, what's been your success rate? I don't know, man. 50-50. I mean, I've definitely crashed and burned before. Definitely crashed and burned. I got a man. I got a boyfriend. Move along, freak, because you ain't the one. Damn, girl, you didn't have to be all rude about it. I'm sorry. You know. Damn, okay then. All right. Apologize. I didn't know. You didn't have like a promise ring or something on. Jason, but let's come back over that point, Spencer. What I'm not going to do is get up here in my live stream and explain to you in detail how to commit a felony. How about things that we're not going to do for $500, Alex? Do you plan to incorporate some red meat or better stick with chicken? I did do some red meat though. You guys saw me put up that 3-pound chuck roast the other day. And some of it was in my food, right? We were chowing down on some of that beef chuck roast. A lot of LARPers, coach, I'm telling you, man. Spencer says, so when I get there, just ask the jack dudes at the gym. I mean, you could. Strap on. No, he doesn't. I don't know who that is. Who is she? I don't know who she is, dude. Alfalfa Destry. I don't know who she is, man. And Franco, because he's very strong for a daddy. Franco wasn't daddy. Yeah, man. I don't know who these fitness chicks are talking about are, man. I don't follow this community anymore. All right. What do you guys think? Alexa Lenardez. I don't know who she is, dude. I don't know who that is, man. Sorry. right. How are we going to answer all topics related to other fitness personalities henceforth? Spence says, love overhead press, but at heavier weights, people just hold the weight in place and push their body down. What? Says, I only watch coach. I appreciate the loyalty, Tyrone. At heavy weights, people just hold the weight in place and push their body down. No, man, I don't think they do that. I think you're confusing that with a jerk, like the clean and jerk. How are we rating the forearms today? I don't know, Dean. Let's get. We already did the vein rating. Let's rate the forearms here. How are we doing, guys? How do we want to rate that forearm today? It's all fake. It's fake. All right. You have to be fake. Have you ever had a bed bug infestation? Has your mom ever had a bed bug infestation? What? Y'all nasty. All right. How are we rating it, guys? Let's get the forearm rating. Come on now, get some numbers here. Let's get us some numbers. What do we think? Chuck Rose price at Walmart crazy. What? For serious? 10 out of 10. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let's check it out. Man, it's telling us Chuck Rose. Hold on, I got to check. I also got my Walmart app. Let's see. Oh, y'all done sending coach on a hunt for protein. What we got? And that's not that good, honestly. What are you seeing that I'm not? I don't see any less than. That's Chuck short ribs. No, man, I'm not seeing it, dude. Maybe it's the wrong area. Let me sign in. We got to sign in. All right. What do you mean verification? What? Want me to verify. Hold on, guys. Hold on. We got to find out. Let's see. And it got me on the hunt for creatine and whey protons here. Let's check. All right. We don't need another code. Put me in. Put me through. All right. I'm not seeing this good Chuck Rose price. Honestly, I got mine for like $4 a pound, $4.50 last time at a different store. So definitely not Wally World. Man, you sent me on a wild goose chase for nothing. Arms are 15 out of 10. They appreciate it, man. Not good, crazy. Oh, like crazy high? Gotcha. Vagina Stain says, I don't know who she is, man. I don't know who that is. It's overpriced, definitely overpriced. 10 for vascularity. Yeah. So let's check that vein. How's the vein doing? Now that we got more people in here. What do we got going on there? What? That's like the size of, look at that compared to my pinky. Hold up. Can I get the camera angle right for just once, Jason? Jesus Christ. I think my mom took too much Tylenol. All right. This the mirror angles here messing me up. Look at that. Arsenio Layton, did your mom ever have a bed bug? That's a good question, though, man. That's something a pound laughed out loud. Yeah, dude, I'm not paying $9 for chuck roast. I don't think so. If I'm going to pay $9, we're getting sirloin at that point. Yeah, sirloin is going to be cheaper. Like, are they serious, man? Do we need to make a video about Walmart's exorbitant chuck roast price this week? Is that worthy of a current events? Like, let's talk about current events in the online fitness community. The exorbitant prices of chuck roast at Walmart. I'll make a video before long. They'll be emailing me going, hey, we could you take that back? My mom hasn't, but my ex does. Funny you say everything is fake. Do it, right? Everything is fake. Okay. All right. Fake weights, fake veins, fake food, fake everything. How about everything is natural, right? It's all fake. I'm telling you guys, man. Oh man. I don't know how much longer we should run this one. Would you eat live grown meat and should it be legal? I don't know, man. I don't know. You know, I don't know yet if I trust it. I mean, let's be fair. I would want to see safety data. You know, I'd want to see safety data. I prefer my meat a little more old fashioned. You know, like I want it. I want that animal to die for it. Right? Maybe it turns out to be way cheaper, but I don't think it's going to be a good use of resources, to be fair. I was joking on the other part. Man, I'm going to upset every vegan in the world. Someone's going to send that to them and they're going to be like sending me death threats. How dare you? How dare you? Like Greta. It was 10 times cheaper than beef. I would consider. I mean, well, yeah, let's talk. Is it safe and cost effective? You know, you need shorts for all the funny lines you have, right? Seems like something that could lead to an I am legend, right? I mean, that's the thing to think about too, guys. I mean, they want to do all this stuff, but it's like, have you people not watched all these zombie apocalypse movies? And the same thing with the AI guys. Did you guys not watch the Terminator movies? Did you not see this stuff? Right? I raise my own pigs for meat. That's as close as I go to live grow. Straight edge lifestyle. Hi, how you doing? I'm doing, man. Leighton has Bitcoin for days. Hey, man, send me some Bitcoin then, Leighton. I'll send you my Coinbase wallet if you want to send me a donation. Would you do a 24-hour stream if we paid a 24-hour stream? Helen, I got clients I'd have to message and do shit. I don't know if I could do 24 hours. How much money are we talking? I mean, Leighton, you didn't even donate in here for me for this normal hour 13 I'm already at today, let alone the 24. Like, how much money are we talking? I mean, I suppose if the price was right, yeah, send me a whole Bitcoin. Just one will do. That's enough. That's plenty. Right? Just one Bitcoin. That's not asking much. You're right, Jason. I'm cheap. Need to add money to YouTube. There you go. Just a single coin. That'll be fine. 500 for a 24-hour. Man, I'd have to put all my stuff on hold to do that. I can't even figure how would I do that, man. I'd be drinking coffee like a mofo. That seems like a lot. Believe it or not, I don't put in that much work for $500. To be fair, think about what I charge for coaching. You do realize a $250 a month coaching is not 12 hours of work per month. It has to be on it. So think about that for a moment. I mean, really think about that. 2 clients a month is not 24 hours of work. That's $500. Is a 315 bench good? Hit that math. Yeah, we're not doing all that. That's 20 an hour insulting. I know. I charge 100 an hour for my consultation. Sometimes I do specials at 50. You know what, guys? Come on, man. Leighton, you need to drop me a super chat just for that. You know, Digging in pockets, Leighton. That's right. That's hilarious. All right, guys. That's right, man. Lay has to pay. Lay, you might as well, man. We didn't get any supers on this stream. We got decent this morning, though, for coffee. They might need to kapow. Pickens and Low need a sugar mama. Pockets are like, well, that happens, man. I get it. I sent over, but not super power. All good, man. All good. It happens, man. It does happen. Or sugar daddy, depending on your preferences. He's true, very inclusive. I said him, but I'm saving up for a better conversation. Listen to Leighton. Oh man. All right, man. It's all good, Leighton. You don't got to make excuses, man. It's all good. I'm gonna let you slide on this one. Coach gonna let you slide. All right. It's all good. And don't ask Dean to do it for you. Dean already dropped a super yesterday. Yeah, no, man. It's all good. As long as we got a gym, Arsenio, that's true. All right, guys. In all seriousness, it might be time to wind this down. Let me wind down the Facebook. We're going to wind down the YouTube because the views have trickled down too. But I love you guys, and I'll talk to you in the morning.